Yeah, all right. Good day, everyone. Now, today we want to talk about the topic agricultural ecology. But before we talk about the meaning of agricultural ecology, first let's know the meaning of ecology first. Now, ecology is derived from a Greek word known as oikos. Now, oikos means home or a dwelling place. Let's talk about agriculture. If you want to define agriculture, you must make sure you incorporate both crop and animals. Now, this to tell you that agricultural ecology emphasizes on the interaction between crop and animals with their home or dwelling place. Now let's define agricultural ecology in a well defined form. Now, agricultural ecology is defined as the study of the relationship and interaction between crop and animal and their biotic and abiotic components of their environment. Now, agricultural ecology is further divided into two. One, we have horticology. Two, we have synecology. Now, horticology is the study of an individual organism with its environment. That's horticology. Now, example of horticology is this. For instance, if a study is being made pertaining a cattle and its environment, that can be said to be what? Horticology. Now, synecology is the study of different species or organisms and its environment. Like, for instance, an example is this. A group of, let's say, different species of fish, okay, in a fish pond, as relating to their environment, which is what? The water inside the pond. That's synecology. Alright, so let's talk about the interaction between crop and animals with their environment. Now, animals, they feed on plants. Crops rely on water to grow. Crops rely on sunlight to bear their fruits. When plant residues decay in the soil, microorganisms feed on it and give the soil nutrients. Animal dungs are used as organic fertilizer in order to boost soil fertility. Microorganisms also help to aid percolation. Now, percolation is what? The movement of water in the soil. Now, let's talk about ecosystem. Now, ecosystem is a community of plants and animals functioning together in their non-living environment. Or we can decide to say that ecosystem is where biotic factors and abiotic factors function together in their non-living environment. Now we have components of ecosystem. We have one, biotic factors. Two, we have abiotic factors. Now when we say biotic factors, we are talking about living organisms. Living organisms, for instance, we're talking about like animals, we're talking about plants as organic fertilizer in order to boost soil fertility. Microorganisms also help to aid percolation. Now percolation is what? The movement of what? Water in the soil. Now let's talk about ecosystem. Now ecosystem is a community of plants and animals functioning together in their non-living environment. Or we can decide to say that ecosystem is where biotic factors and abiotic factors function together in their non-living environment. Now we have components of ecosystem. We have one, biotic factors. Two, we have abiotic factors. Now when we say biotic factors, we are talking about living organisms. Living organisms, for instance, we're talking about like animals, we're talking about plants. Okay, all these are what? Living organisms, and they can be termed to be what? Biotic factors. Now the biotic factors can be subdivided into two. Number one, we have autotrophism. Number two, we have heterotrophism. Now autotrophism, now this is where organisms rely on sunlight to produce their own food. They are also known as producers. So basically, plants fall into this category. Now, heterotrophism, now this is where living organisms rely on plants for their food. Now, heterotrophism is basically talking about farm animals, and they are also known as consumers. Autotrophism, they are known as producers, while heterotrophism are known as consumers. Now, since we've talked about abiotic factors, let's talk about abiotic factors. Abiotic factors are non-living things in the environment. Now, one example of abiotic factors, we are talking about climate. Under climate, we have rainfall, we have sunlight, we have wind, we have humidity. Now, all these are elements of climate, and climate falls under abiotic factors because these elements are not living, or they are what? Non-living things, right? Second one is what? Inorganic materials, which are nutrients in general, like our calcium, phosphorus, okay, potassium, nitrogen. Then we have edaphic factors like soil, rocks, and topography. Now all these are elements of edaphic factors. Under climate, we have rainfall, we have temperature, we have humidity. They are elements of climate, right? So to quickly sum up what the meaning of agricultural ecology is, agricultural ecology is the study of the relationship and interactions between crops and animals and the abiotic and abiotic components of the environment. So this is where I draw the curtain on today's topic. Thank you very much and stay blessed.